So, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Milian, and this is part 2 of my driving aids video. This time, we're going to use the same car, same track, and we are going to use manual without clutch. We're going to keep all the other driving aids the same. We will eventually get to the point where we're turning those off as well, so it's going to be definitely a multi-part series. So, as you can see, this is the time that we had last time. We was using auto gears, TCS and STM turned on, and ABS. Tune is shared, as I said in the last video, so if anybody wants to use it, just search my gamer tag on Forza 6. The car is B-class, obviously. As I said before, it's not the best tune out there, but it works for me, and it gets me by. We're going to choose a time a little bit faster than we did last time, so I'm going to go for Lunatic Levi's time, which is a 1:38.889. So we'll set him as the rival, and we shall proceed to choose the Nissan S15 again. So as you can see, the driving aids are the same as last time. We'll change that over to manual now, which means we'll be able to shift when we want, as opposed to the game shifting when it wants. This should provide us with a little bit of benefit. It means we'll be able to go around the entire corner in the gear that we want to be in. We're still going to do 6 laps, as last time. Sorry for all the while I'm speaking, by the way. I'm just trying to think of what to say. I'm not used to doing commentaries, so I've got a lot to learn about doing this. If I do it frequently, hopefully I'll get better. So, let's get to it then, and let's see if we can improve the time that we set last time. So I wanted to expand a little on what I said at the start of the previous video about people being looked down upon in the community for using driving aids. Sometimes it's not a person's fault that they're using driving aids. Some people have to use them due to disabilities, things like that. Other people use them because they just want to pick up and play a game. They don't want to have to worry too much about shifting, possibly losing control of the car or anything like that. So they use the driving aids, and they should. People should use whatever makes them feel the most comfortable while playing the game. That's the whole point of the game, is to enjoy yourself. And if you're struggling and you're using a few driving aids, that's fair enough. You certainly shouldn't let anybody tell you how to play the game. You shouldn't let them tell you what driving aids you should be using in the game. It's all up to you. The only things that you don't want to be doing is obviously being a dirty racer online, with the corner cutting, ramming people off. Driving aids, just use whatever. the more comfortable you are while driving in the game, the better, because it'll give you a chance to learn how to control the cars. And that's the biggest factor, is you need to learn how to get the most out of the particular car that you're driving on the particular track. And once you get to that point, if you feel like turning off a few driving aids, then that's entirely up to you. I am using a wheel, by the way. I have a Logitech G920. I currently have it set to 720 degrees of rotation. Normally I run 900, but I've been messing around with the wheel settings lately, seeing if there's anything that feels nicer, as Forza doesn't have the best force feedback for wheels in the world in the realm of racing games. Especially when it comes to drifting, the wheel feels really heavily dampened, a bit sluggish to turn on its own. I used to own a Thrustmaster TX wheel before, which people who have been following me for a while will know. That broke after 6 months of use, and I just decided not to repurchase with Thrustmaster again. I also have a Logitech G27, which I use on my PC with Assetto Corsa and a few other racing games on there. And Assetto Corsa is definitely a game that you want to be looking out for when it hits the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It's a very good game physics-wise, and it's really good for a wheel, at least on PC, and hopefully Kunos won't water it down too much for the consoles. If at one, ideally it'll be exactly the same as it is on PC. So at the moment we're putting in lap times very similar to what we did last time around. And hopefully we will improve on that. And that's the whole point, is to see what you can do with the driving aids, to see which one is more suitable for you. We've managed to make it into the mid-40s, which is good. Let's see if we can do any better in these last 2 laps. Really need more power for this track. See, I tuned this car for the Nürburgring Nordschleife, which is a track I spend most of my time on in the game. It was made to compete with people from the Toge community. The main place that we are on, that is a forum called Toge Union, which is a really good place to go and meet like-minded people who like Toge racing. We still spend a lot of time on Forza 4 on Fujimi Kaido, which is the home track for the Toge community. Obviously in Forza 5 and 6 they've been using the Nürburgring. But obviously that's because Fujimi isn't in Forza 5 or 6, which is a real shame because it would be such an awesome track to have in Forza 6. Screwed up the start of that lap. But that's part and parcel of playing racing games. So sometimes you'll mess up a corner. Best just to not get too annoyed with it and just to keep going. There's always another lap. There's always another race if you're in a race. And that is our 6 laps. So as you can see, we did manage to improve a little by swapping to manual without clutch over the automatic shifting. So it does give you an advantage. It allows you to shift when you want. But as I said at the start of the video, use what you feel most comfortable with. Never let anybody dictate to you what you should be using. As you can see, we've managed to get into the top 900 in Europe, which again is top 1%. And we are in the top 1500 in the world, which isn't too bad. The tune itself on this track is lacking a little. It's mainly because of the high speed straight right out of a very slow hairpin corner, which does kind of hinder this car a little, as it's not made for high speed straights. It's made for the Nürburgring, and the main straight on that track is usually after a sweeper. It's where the straights are, so you can carry a lot more speed around the corner, which isn't as much of an issue. Still, we managed to improve, and we shall be back again in part 3 seeing if we can improve even more while using manual with clutch. And as I said at the end of the last video, pass it around if you think it could help somebody, and that's what these videos are getting made for. Again, sorry for all the still not used to doing this, so I'll get there eventually. And thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time.